Alright, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Charles, the face of trade tables, and we here. If you guys seen the thumbnail, this is not a joke. We ain't playing. We are talking about Ostinato and Yubel. Alright, so first things first, we're just gonna go ahead and get into it for everybody who doesn't know about the Melodious cards. These are gonna be the cards that are most important to applying this engine to a Yubel deck. First things first is Ostinato. Ostinato basically is a pretty much branded fusion without the lock. All right. If you control no monsters, fusion summon a Melodious monster from your extra deck using two monsters from your hand and or deck as fusion material. During the end phase of this turn, destroy the monster fusion summon by this effect, and if you do, uh, if all the fusion materials were in used for the fusion or in the graveyard, special summon them. All right, sorry for my bad reading, but so ultimately, this card right here is super insane. It's not once per turn, so if it gets ashed and you have a second one in hand, you can play it. And this engine, this card right here is a literal one card combo into full Yubel engine. All right, and we're gonna get into that. But just to talk about the rest of the cards that is in. All right, so this 8 card engine is what you would apply to the deck. We're gonna go ahead and get into reframe. Reframe, you get its scale effect is kind of important for a secondary combo. Its main effect, which we're going to talk about first while it's on the field. If it's no more special summon, you can add a Melodious monster from your deck to your hand. Except reframe, if a Melodious fusion monster is special summoned to the field while this card is face up on the field, extra deck, you can place this into the pendulum zone. So you basically can rescale it when it's used as fusion material, or if a fusion monster is summoned, well, it is in the extra deck face up. The next card, this is the card in which you would search for reframe, which this one here is important. It's Kublet. When it is added to hand, will except during the draw phase or on the normal draw turn, you reveal this card and special summon one level 4 low Melodious monster from hand or graveyard. If this card is used as fusion material, once again, it can also rescale itself. Same thing, just like the other one. And then this last card, which is kind of important. Oh, actually, just real quick before we skip past into the last card, going over the pendulum effects. This card, you can target a Melodious fusion monster on the field, send a Melodious monster from the deck to the graveyard. This comes up and one of the combo lines that I use in the deck that I tested, so it's actually worth, and then the monster will gain attack 200. What is it? Level based on the level. And then this is actually the one that has the important scale effect. When this one is scaled, you can add a Melodious spell trap from the deck to your hand, but you have to only control basically light monsters. What it says, so you cannot. No. A Melodious, if you can only control monsters other than Melodious. If you control no other monsters other than Melodious, so you can't control any other monsters besides Melodious to activate this effect, but is very important to the combo. This is why we use this. This card basically searches this card. This card allows you to fusion summon basically using Melodious monsters on the field in both pendulum scale and on field and in hand as well. Okay, so with that being said, on to the important fusion monster combo piece. The only fusion monster we actually use, all right, which is Baka, however you want to pronounce that. So when this one is summoned, it will summon a Melodious from the deck, all right, and then when it hits the graveyard, it will. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, it's been a long day. Yesterday was my birthday. I was up pretty late doing things with the wife. We went out, a lot of dates, so sorry about the yawning. All right, so when this card is summoned, it will special summon a Melodious from the deck, which this is the one where we're going to be going for. Reason why we play 3 of this. All right, and then when it hits the graveyard, it special summons one from the graveyard in defense as well. Okay, so this is the reason why we play this. We play this for the extension, and we also play this because it is a level 7, and you'll see why it is so important and gets you to Yubel just playing Ostinato. All right, this engine I've been testing for a bit and it's actually pretty good. I got a spicy deck list that I will devolve to you guys. I will show you guys. Not today. Today we're just focusing on the combo, just to show you guys how the combo works. But yes, this deck is actually this engine is actually pretty solid. If you guys want to give this a try, I will show you what the combos do, how it plays, and you let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right. All right, so let's get right to the combo. All right, so this right here is the combo that I came up with to pretty much push and do the full Yubel combo off of when you literally just need Ostinato in hand. You can do this combo, which means that the 4 other cards in your hand are literally just fodder to help keep your game going. They can be hand traps to help slow your opponent down. It could be extenders to help keep playing the game. The Ostinato can literally be bait for hand traps so that you can just do standard Yubel combos if you open it, if you open Throne, if you open Lotus. Either way, no matter what, you do this whole combo. It doesn't take up your normal summon at all. All right, and by the time you're done with this combo, you will actually have a negate to stop nib if they don't nib you before you finish your Ostinato setup. All right, so just to get this started off, so obviously first you're gonna play Ostinato. We're gonna use it to summon the monster. So we get to dump 2 of these out of the deck. It is very important that this is why we're playing this. Ostinato is gonna dump 2. Both of these cards, all of these cards, this entire engine literally gets used for this. And so it's not like, besides the fact that you still have 2 extra Ostinatos in the deck. Besides that, you literally throw this whole engine out, boom, off of this combo. Okay, all right. So right off the bat, boom, we do that. So now we're gonna special summon 1 from the deck. Right, this will trigger, and it'll add this one to hand. When this one is added to hand, it reveals and special summons another from the graveyard. All right. So we're already on 1 card. We have 3 bodies on board plus 1 card in hand. We have literally went +3. Off of 1 Ostinato. All right, so now we play this in scale, activate effect. All right, this will allow you to fuse. This is where they get gets a little fancy. So we're gonna refusion for the second level 7 fusion, and now we rescale our cards. So this is where we are going to start to connect Yubel into with the Melodious engine. Okay, so we got Draco Sack. Draco Sack is amazing. It allows you to summon 2 tokens. 2 tokens, they're level 3s. Oh, not to mention that the graveyard effect for your fusion monster is going to trigger, and the fusion spell card has a graveyard effect to draw you a card. This is a complete 1 card combo. You'll see understand when I say why that drawing a card matters. Okay. So we make Cherubini. This is the bridge. This is the bridge, guys, right here. All right, Phoenix Rhino Warrior. I played this in my Unchained build. So if you guys have been following me, I was playing Unchained with Tour Guide and Yubel, and I was talking about how Phoenix Rhino Warrior is actually such a really good card. It was the reason why I even played Tour Guide, because Phoenix Rhino Warrior allows you to do so much for Yubel. Being able to dump any fiend out of your deck to get you going is insane. All right, you can open Rhino Warrior plus plus Squirmer, full combo. That'll give you full combo right off the bat. So it is. I shit you not, until we get the Fiendsmith, I really am digging Phoenix Runner Warrior in this deck. Okay, so we go on to the rest of the combo. All right, Phoenix Runner Warrior is gonna dump a Spirit of Yubel. Now we get to Link, and look at that. We have an Appaloosa, 3 material Appaloosa right off the bat, and now, so now if their opponent have not nibbed us before we got to this point, they're not nibbing us now. All right, unless they got nib plus imperm, they're not nibbing us now. All right, so now we get to the line where we can now play Yubel cards. All right, so here we go. Mudcracker. Mudcracker is gonna boom. Look at that. Now we do full Yubel combo. All right, you guys know the deal. We pop. We get Squirmer. We special Yubel. Squirmer special. I like to pop right here. Get the Terran card out of the deck. Don't want to keep that card in the deck. It's a terrible brick to draw. All right. And then, of course, you guys, my favorite thing to do with this deck is to Griffin lock my opponent. So this is what I'm going for. I'm going for a Griffin lock. All right. And so we now have Appaloosa, Nightmare Griffin, Mudcracker for destruction protection. All right. We have Chamber in the Graveyard with Rage. All right. So we have 3 monster negates. We have so if my opponent normal summons, I can negate. They have an activated effect in hand, I can negate. If they try to summon a special summon monster here, I can negate. Not only that, but because of that, I can, because I have Rage in Graveyard, now, if they do special summon to a zone here, and that monster's not doing anything fancy, I can Rage and Hurricane make SP, banish that card off the board, and if they summon something else, I can SP banish again. So we have 3 interruptions here, plus this being a pseudo 3 interruptions as well, because I get to remove a body off the board and then make SP to banish another body off the board, and then the SP sits there waiting to banish a second body off the board as well. All right, and not to mention, we are floodgating the board from other special summon monsters outside of link zones to not be able to play, not be able to activate effect, and to top it off, if anything is to get destroyed off of this board right now, we have Yama in the Graveyard to float Yubel back into board presence. All right, if they destroy anything on this board at all for any reason, Yama will banish, float Yubel back onto board, and we are cooking once again with Yubel. So that is the Ostinato combo. All right, guys, tell me what you think about this combo. We got one more combo to show you guys before we end this video. All right, guys, so this is the second combo, not the third, the second combo. There's only the 2 combos with this deck. So this particular combo works if you open Reframe as your normal summon starter, and basically a Yubel, Spirit of Yubel, or maybe a Lotus in hand. Even if you open Lotus in hand with Reframe, I honestly believe Reframe is the better normal summon starter because of the number of cards that you'll get out of the situation. And I'll show you, you'll see here what I mean by this, because like Lotus, don't get me wrong, is a great starter by itself, but with Reframe and Lotus in hand, you will actually get more cards if you do the Reframe combo first, and be able to still do your full combo afterwards if your opponent doesn't interrupt or stop you from playing. All right, so this line is definitely weaker. So this is only if you don't open Ostinato. All right, guys, this line is weaker. It loses to basically Ash or Imperm, and the only way you're going to continue playing is if you have an extender, like for example, not Squirmer. You have the extender like why can't I think of the card right now? Throne. This is the only way. I think Throne is literally the only way you play out of losing to Imperm or Ash to this combo, because there's no real other extender that you can play with Reframe as your normal summon starter. So don't get me wrong, I'm not telling you that this combo is just infinitely better than Lotus in any way at all, but it does draw you 3 cards doing this combo, which means that you're going to net more cards to your hand to play with if it goes uninterrupted. So it's worth to me to give it a run and instead of drawing Lotus. Okay, so start it off. You're gonna normal summon Reframe. Reframe is gonna add Couplet. Right, the Couplet is going to scale and is gonna add the Concerto. All right, the Concerto is now it's going to play, and you're going to do fusion into this, and right here, this is gonna summon one from the deck, and then because you summon the fusion monster, the 2 pendulum bodies are going to rescale themselves. All right, so right here, so this is important to remember to do. Hugely important to remember to do this. At this point, this is where the Reframe scale effect comes in. You want to target this, and you're going to dump that last Reframe out of your deck. All right, now we make our Mudcracker. All right, so we make the Mudcracker. We get to draw 1 card from the console effect in the graveyard. We have the Reframe. Now we're gonna Pendulum Summon. All right, we pen summon. This is where we get our extra cards. All right, so now, boom. All right, so now we have drawn 2, discarded 1, and this card right here, surprisingly, even more beneficial. So, like, thinking about this, just so you guys know, this card is a fiend. So even if it's not Yubel, say it's you discarded Dark Beckoning Beast, right, and you had another Dark Beckoning Beast in hand from this, you can now use Mudcracker to reborn the Dark Beckoning Beast, normal summon additional normal, the second Dark Beckoning Beast, and start other lines from there, and start Unchained lines and stuff like that. So it's not the best line, but at the same time, like I said, we started with 2 cards in our hand. Now we have 4 cards on board with 3 cards in hand. All right, so I just put Ostinato in these spots just to show you that, like, you can do this combo and draw anything, and you can still finish the combo. You can draw bricks, and you will still be able to finish the combo. All right, but these 3 cards could have ended up being anything else at all, and they could have been extenders, they could have been combo pieces, it could have been a throne, you could have drew Nightmare Pain here, like just about anything in this situation. All right, so to continue on with the combo, we now just do our Yubel combo, and from there on it's just the usual. All right, so we do our Yubel setup. We do make a couple minor little changes to the end board of the combo just for a little bit of more resiliency. All right, so here, so instead of doing the normal play where we will like make rage, because we only have 1 link pointer here, we're gonna go ahead and make the rage now, and then we're gonna pop the rage. We're not gonna, and then we will trigger Yama and Rage. Rage is gonna add back Spirit. We add back Spirit because we want to have that extra initial hand trap for battle, just in case they do just try to enter battle and out a Griffin lock. All right. But now we make Griffin here, and then we set our trap. And also, what's really cool, at this point, say we had drew Eternal Favorite, Imperm, anything like that, we can actually use it because there will be most likely a card in the graveyard that, like, or potentially a card in the graveyard if you dumped it, like a spell card or anything like that. For this, you could use it to activate this and set and draw a card. So always keep that in mind, guys. Like, if you draw if you have spell cards in the graveyard and you draw a hand trap like Imperm, or if you draw Eternal Favorite, you can always discard them as cost if there's a spell card in the graveyard, and then reset them and draw an extra card, because you're going to have that card set no matter what. So yeah, you might give some information that that card exists, but you draw an extra card. So it's always worth to do, I think, in my opinion. All right. So now with this inboard, we now have Griffinlock, Rage, plus Spirit of Yubel, with Nightmare Paint on the board to protect ourselves. It's a pretty solid board. I've actually won games off this board alone, so it's worth actually giving it a try. I've played this build online a bit, and it's been nice. So I've won games just with this combo, uninterrupted. It is worth a try. Tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think the Melodious engine is worth trying to test out on your Yubel deck? It does take up, about 4 to 5 slots in the extra deck. So if you're not worrying, like if you're not playing Super Poly, or anything else, and you got free space that you can, do specifically, you're not playing an Unchained build or whatever, and you want to try this out, this is a 1-card combo. It gives you resiliency to hand traps. It actually allows you to bait out hand traps when you open well enough. So the only downside is to the fact that this card is adding a brick to your deck, as well as the spell card, Concerto, if you don't open any of the Melodious bodies. All right. But this is not a brick. This is not a brick. Both of these are combo starters, and these are the only 3 ofs. So you're adding basically 2 more bricks to your deck to play this engine. But I think the payout, in my opinion, is absolutely worth if you do it and you want to give it a try. So if you guys like this content, as always, please like and subscribe on the channel. It does help get the channel notified. It allows us to get that algorithm going, so that we are on the goal to get our 1,000 subscribers. We are currently at about almost 600. I think it's 567 subscribers we are, and I know a big number of you guys who are watching these videos aren't subscribed yet. So come on, hit that subscribe button, hit that like, let us know that you're liking this content. All right, and this is Charles, the face of Trade Tables, signing out. Peace.